Hi, this is Brandon with Precision Defensive Solutions, and today I'm going to get on a little bit of a soapbox and talk to you about night sights and what they do and what they don't do and what you think you're going to use them for and what you're actually going to use them for. Stay tuned. Recently on a Facebook, I know, social media, trolls, keyboard warriors all over the place. This guy asked about these certain night sights for his VP9. Here's the reality of it, folks. People think that night sights are going to allow you to see your target and identify your target at night. All it does is allow you to see your sights easier, supposedly. So we're going to talk about this a little bit. One of the arguments that somebody who got very insulting towards me said was, well, quit giving bad advice, deadly advice, when you don't know what you're talking about, and basically called me brain dead. Now, folks, I'm going to be quite honest with you. My vision is not great. It's one of the reasons I use a dot. It doesn't mean that I can't shoot iron sights. So I have several iron sighted guns, one blue gun that has no visual acuity on the sights at all. They are completely black plastic, to use as an example. And we're going to talk about them, and I'm going to show you some examples. The reality of it is, if you cannot identify your target, know that they have something that is allows them to present a threat of great bodily harm or death, and I mean serious, imminent, serious, great, and imminent threat. Not just a matter of, oh, I think they're going to do something. No. The statute says in every state, it's either great or serious. An imminent threat of serious or great bodily harm or death to use deadly force to protect yourself. Now there's there's things about that. And you listen to the keyboard warriors talk and they have no clue what they're talking about, and they're giving extremely dangerous advice. So let's talk about this a little bit. The first one I want to talk about is, this was my very first VP9. You've probably seen this on the channel a couple times. It is clear. Okay. I absolutely love this gun. If I shoot iron sights, this is the gun that I go to. This has the Trigicon HD sights on it, with an orange front sight. The reason it has an orange front sight is because it allows my eyes to pick up the front sight quicker, and I really like that orange. Now, I don't use it for the tritium function. I use it for the orange front sight. Now the rear sight is almost completely blacked out. There's a couple of dots in it, but they're very low profile, and I do that on purpose because the focal point should not be here. It should be here or on the target, and under stress it's going to be on the target. So when we start talking about this stuff, there's different colors front sights for different things. Now, I just picked up this P30L today. It came with the XS night sights directly from the factory. It is clear. Haven't even shot it yet. It also has the low profile rear sights, but now it's got more of a greenish yellow front sight. Okay. How I'm going to like that, I don't know. We're going to find out this week. But again, it's not for the tritium. It's for the focal point for my eyes to catch the front sight. This one, this is a stock VP9 optics ready. It has the luminescent sights that a lot of times HK puts on it. This does not have the dots in the rear sight. It is a completely blacked out rear sight, which honestly, that I really like. Still gives the focal point on the front sight so that you can see it a little easier, but it's not tritium. They do, if you get enough light in them, they do glow, okay? So that's one nice feature about those sights. My wife's VP9 SK has the luminescent sights on it, and if she gets enough sunlight through her shirt, you can actually see her sights glowing through her shirt. Maybe not such a great thing for concealment, but it works. This has the same sights, backup sights, with a Holosun SCS. So we're going to look at all these, okay, and then we're going to look at one that is no focal point on the sights at all. One of the examples this guy gave you, well, what if somebody's in your home and you can identify that they're there by their flashlight? And understanding flashlights, you know, bright flashlights, it may illuminate more than just that one little spot. Unless you're talking about a little light, you're going to illuminate the room. And which my argument was, you'll be able to see your sights without the tritium. So I've got our training area at our karate school completely blacked out. I'm going to turn the lights out in the front so that you guys can see from 30 feet away what you can see. I'm going to try to get it as much in the camera frame as I can. What you can see from 30 feet with a flashlight shining up from the floor. So let's get to it. Okay, so we're in pitch darkness. So let's look at this. We've got a little bit of light coming through the back door, and you can kind of see the front sight there, but you wouldn't be able to identify anything that you were aiming at or shooting at that point. So that's with the P30, so that's with the XS sights. Let's switch to the BP9 with the Trijicon sights. And you can kind of see the rear sights there and kind of see the orange, but not great here. Okay, still wouldn't be able to hit your target, or shouldn't be shooting at your target. Let's try the luminescent sights. Okay, I'm getting a little reflection off. Not so much. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a charge on it. Okay, so this, you can definitely see that is nice and bright. However, you still couldn't see anything you were trying to shoot at. Which means that if I go with a dot, and let's see if I can get the dot in the window. There, kind of, sort of, not really. That's one of the benefits of the green dot, is you've always got that on. So let's pause for just a second, and we're going to put the flashlight by the back door. Okay, so let's do it again. And see, now we can kind of see our sights, but would we be able to tell if something was in their hand? Well, that depends on your eyesight. I can see my sights, even though it's not really glowing with the P30, with the XS sights. So let's try the VP9 with the Trijicon. It's going to be about the same, I think. Yeah, it's about the same. You can still get the outline of it. Okay, so we can still see. I know it's really hard to get lined up here on the camera. Okay, but you can still see the outline of the sights. It's going to be the same with this, I'll guarantee it. Yep. And you can see the green in that a little bit, but would we still be able to identify what we were shooting at? Well, maybe not. Now the argument here is, do you need night sights? Well, here comes the gun with no sights at all, and you can still see the outline of the sights. And even at almost 30 feet, I've got a perfect sight picture outside of the camera, and I can still see what I would be shooting at. So there you have it, folks. The reality of it is, it's really hard to get the sights lined up in the camera. So I tried my best for you and tried to tell you what I'm seeing. Again, my eyesight is not great, and I could still pick up those sights that had no illumination, no color to them, completely blacked out, with light almost 30 feet away and very minimal light near me. If you're shooting at something in pitch dark and all you're seeing is shadows, you really should not be shooting. Stop with the arguments on the internet. Stop being keyboard warriors. I know that's not going to happen. Actually go out and get some training. Know exactly what you're talking about and quit thinking that it's like the movies, because it's not. Be safe, everybody. Keep yourself out of trouble trying to defend your lives and the lives of your loved ones. Take care, everybody.